As everyone may or may not know, I've created a lot of D4 content. And luckily enough, that content has resonated with a lot of people. And with some people, it's a forum for them to start throwing knives around. And as you can see, I'm pretty lucky. My comment section here is pretty lit. And I get tons and tons of comments every video. And for that, I'm super grateful. Thank you so much. There's nothing more than I love talking about games and the video gaming industry, but also debating it is also a huge passion of mine. I love debating with you guys. But I have to say, the more and more content that I'm creating about Diablo 4, the more and more the haters of Diablo 4 or even Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, is becoming more prominent. And it's quite funny, to be honest with you. And please don't get me wrong, everyone is entitled to their opinion, and who am I to tell someone what to think or what not to think? They have every right to feel what they feel and express what they want to express. And if one of those feelings is Diablo 4 is bad and Activision Blizzard is horrible and they're, that kind of thing, then who am I to say? But this is my channel and I want to talk about the things that I think are important. So I want to cover this hatred for Activision Blizzard King, this hatred for Diablo 4, and I want to do a little bit of a deep dive into really what does it mean and how objective are people being when it comes to this discussion. I hope you'll stick around and join me. We'll see you on the other side. Now, before you guys start typing comments in this video, before watching it all, I want to say the following thing. I completely understand why there's people out there that hate Activision Blizzard King. I completely understand why there's people out there that completely hate and say Diablo 4 is bad. I completely understand when people tell me, are you an idiot? They've done this before. They're doing it again. They're just putting a carrot in front of you. You're an idiot. They're doing the same thing they do with every game. They ruin. I get it, guys. I understand where that sentiment comes from. I totally get it. But I'm a person of reason. I like to be objective. Even though I may have an opinion on something, I like to keep an open mind and an open dialogue. And this is the premise of this video. But before I get into my rant, if you want to call it that, I've released a couple of videos in the last couple of weeks, and people have watched 1 second of it, and then they come into my comment section and they make reference to that one section of this much of a video and totally missing the point of the video. So before I get into my rant, I think what I've learned now is I need to put a disclaimer in the beginning so people that only watch 30 seconds or a minute of my videos will hopefully understand where I'm coming from. So before I get into my dialogue, I get it. I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm right. What I'm saying is, or what I'm going to say is, I think we all need to have an open mind when it comes to things. But I totally understand why someone would feel like Activision Blizzard has burned me once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. I don't like them. I don't like the way they create games. I totally get it. I played D4 and I hated it. It's boring. It's a beta version. I get it, guys. I'm not arguing that point. Okay? I'm not arguing that point. I totally understand how you can have that opinion. But this is what The video is not about that. The video is about the following. Okay? So what really, and maybe you guys will relate to this. Have you ever had a discussion or even an argument? Okay? Let's go to the extreme. And you're talking to a person, and it doesn't matter what you say, how you say it, how you back it up, the evidence that you bring forward, your position that you bring forward, yet the person you're talking to never budges. It doesn't matter. You can be saying the sky is blue, and they're like, no, it's green. But we're looking at it. It's blue. The sky's blue. No, you're off your rocker. They're fooling you. I don't know who's telling you the sky, like that kind of thing. Now, guys, that's an obvious black and white example. But my point is, people are saying Activision Blizzard this, Activision Blizzard that, D4 bad, D4 bad. They're just trying to squeeze every dollar out of you. So, first of all, I got to ask you guys a question. Is Activision Blizzard a non-for-profit? You guys keep raising the money. You keep raising that they're screwing you, they're stealing stuff from you. Like, you keep, there's a couple of major points that and sorry for using the word hater, but I'm going to stop saying that. That the people that don't like Activision Blizzard King and don't like Diablo 4. The main themes are, it's a bad game, it sucks, they should have never released it. They're only trying to get money out of you, as much money as they can out of you. The game sucks. This is what they do. They should have never released it. So let's review those points. They're trying to squeeze the money out of you. Okay, so like I said, is Activision Blizzard King a non-for-profit? Of course, any video game developer, any AAA studio, any indie game company, the end state is to be profitable. It's a business. They need to make money. Now, how one goes about making and earning money, that's another question for another time. Okay? I'm not talking about doing illegal stuff. I'm not talking about, that kind of thing, illegal things, okay? I'm talking about just straight up normal business practice for a studio, right? Their goal is, okay, obviously they have a lot of goals, having a huge player base, having their games being bought, having their games being played. But at the end of the day, like any business, it's about earning a paycheck, making a living, making money, making the company profitable. Okay. Oh, but Sam, they released a half-baked game, and the game sucks, and they got all these microtransactions. Every game, just about every game, has microtransactions. So those beloved games that you keep throwing at me, that are the best, and go play this game. Most of those games that you reference have microtransactions as well. What's the difference? What's the difference? Yeah. Diablo 4 has a battle pass for every season. They have microtransactions in the game for skins. Is Fortnite a bad game then? Is Fortnite a bad game? I want to ask you that question. Are they a bad game? Because I have played Fortnite, and you can't get away from, purchasing V-Bucks and buying skins, which are in your face 24/7 when you're in that game. So is that a bad game? I don't see people complaining about Fortnite. It's probably the most popular, if not popular, game out right now, and talk about the survivability of that game. But anyway, I digress. My point is, and microtransactions that's on you. As consumers, it's our choice whether we want to buy microtransactions or not. If you're a player that has 2-3 hours a week or 1 or 2 hours a day, you work your ass off, you earn a paycheck, You play a video game every night because it's your time. It gives you stress. It relieves stress. Whatever it does, you get together with the boys and you do a raid, or you're leveling up together and you're doing dungeons, whatever it is, and you want to spend your hard-earned money on looking better in a game. That's the consumer's choice. Of course, a business is going to put product out to make money. It's the consumer that decides whether or not they're going to spend the money, not the developer or the studio. The studio puts it in front of us. It's up to us whether or not we want to execute on that. So that's on microtransactions. It's not just that about every game. Every game has microtransactions. There's a short list of ones that don't. And I applaud them, but that's another discussion. And then they want to squeeze every dollar out of you. They're just taking you for a ride. They're waving a carrot in your hand, in your face. You know, I remember a day when I used to walk. I'm doing it, guys. When I was your age, I walked. You know, I walked to a video game store prior to being able to order them online, and I spent $60, $70, $80, $90, $100 on a video game. I got a hard copy. I went home. I would play that game, and there was no, oh my God, this game sucks, I'm refunding it. Or, well, you could refund it, right? Of course. But my point is, you bought the game, and that's all you had. There was no seasons. There was no expansions. If there was an expansion, I had to go back and get the newer copy and spend another $70, $80, $90, $100. Now, that game that I bought could give me, there were games that literally I finished in 20, 30 hours. There were games that I spent hundreds of hours on, and I got my every cent's worth, right? So that's how it used to be. Now, today, we get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours on games that suck, okay? But specifically to Diablo 4, how much money have you guys spent? You've purchased the game, right? Have you been asked to dish out any more money since then? No. And microtransactions, battle passes, that's consumer's choice. It's not something that you need to do. It's not something that you have to do. In Season 2 of Diablo 4, I did not buy the battle pass. I bought the battle pass in Season 1. What a mistake that was. But battle pass and microtransactions, I don't put into the equation because we decide whether or not our hard-earned money is spent. Okay? So the game is, what, 5 months around there old? You've bought the game. Now, you may have only gotten 20 hours of it. 30 hours, 10 hours. I hate it. The game sucks. This is like a beta game. Okay, well, then you didn't get your money's worth. But here's my argument. Season 2's come out. New content, right? There's a winter event being added. They've made changes to the game, right? Season 3 is coming in January, which they've announced, right? There is a level 100 plus event, Zir, coming in Season 2, right? New content, right? Let's add up how much that's all cost you. 0. It's cost you nothing. They're not squeezing, excuse my expression, shit from you. They haven't asked you for a penny. You've purchased the game once, and you haven't dished out a dime since. And yet, content is being added to the game for free. Now, here's the argument, Sammy. It should have been there in the beginning. I'm going to beat you to that argument, right? I'm going to get there first. It should have been there in the beginning. Absolutely. You're 200% right. Everything that's being added to the game and stuff that still isn't in the game that should be in the game that I foresee will be in the game in the future is coming too. But I hope you see my point. My point is we've purchased the game. That's it. That's all it cost us. I'm not dishing. Are you guys dishing out money every time there's a patch note and a fix to the game? I didn't get that memo. Are you guys dishing out money for when they're adding new events? You know, they added Season 2. They added new mechanics. I must be lucky because I've bought the game once. That's all the money I've dished out. Oh, sorry, and the battle pass. So, although I understand people being upset with the game, of course, I totally get it. You're 200% right. The game should have been launched in a much better state. Not arguing that, guys. But let's look at this rationally. Let's try to have an open mind conversation. You coming into my comments, you're throwing these darts at me, calling me every name in the book, and no problem. I have thick skin. I can take it. And I actually enjoyed that conversation to the degree where if you're willing to have a open discussion and receive my information, then we can have a dialogue. But if you're set in your ways, then to be honest with you, I really don't feel like engaging in a conversation because I know that road only leads to one thing, and that's a brick wall. And, you know, I'm all about dialogue, not about arguing. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And please, I'm going to say this again and again and again in this video. You can hate Diablo 4. You can hate Activision Blizzard King. It's your right. It's how you feel, right? But try to keep an open mind. Are you actually arguing with me about the fact that the game hasn't evolved? The game hasn't improved? It has. It's the blue sky. You're telling me it's green. Now, is it where it needs to be? No. But it hasn't cost me anything. Again, I'm going to use myself as an example. I've made one purchase. I purchased the game. And I don't know about you, but I work my ass off for my money. And if something isn't good when I spend money on it, I'm going to bring it back and I'm going to have them fix it. And in this scenario, me bringing it back and having them fix it is me waiting and them adding stuff to the game. Because then I forget what I spent, you know, $80, $100, whatever it was that I spent on Diablo 4, it's going to become value to me. Now, I've already gotten value out of that money. I've played Season 1. I've played Season 2. I haven't played all the content because the game isn't where it needs to be for me. But I'm willing to wait. And I'm willing to be objective enough to let them fix the game. And it looks like they're fixing the game. Okay, there are many games that I've purchased and within 5 hours, I refunded it. Those were really, really, really bad games. But the point of this video is, are you really being objective? You have your opinion. Diablo 4 is bad. ABK sucks. Got it. I grant you that. You're absolutely entitled to your opinion. I get it. But don't throw at me that they're squeezing you. They're trying to squeeze every dollar of you. They haven't squeezed shit out of me. I purchased the game. That's it. I'm not spending money on every time they drop a patch note or they add content to the game. It's not happening. So I don't understand they're squeezing everything out of you. Because I'm a mature adult. If I spent $80, $100 on this game and I don't want to play it anymore, I stop playing it, which is what I've done. But I work hard for my money, and I personally think this game is going to get better. And I think this game is going to get to a state where a lot of people are going to enjoy it for many years. That's my opinion. I might be wrong. Time will tell. But I'm willing to wait, and I'm willing to be objective and allowing them to fix the game. I spent money on this game. I want to play lots of hours on it. I've only played, I don't know, 100, maybe a couple hundred hours on the game. So I want to get my money's worth. Well, there you have it, everyone. I kind of just wanted to throw my hat in the ring as far as this discussion and the people that continue to come into my comments section and continue to tell me that I'm wasting my time. They're stealing money from me and that, you know, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. At the end of the day, guys, you are entitled to your opinion, and I totally understand why you don't like this game or the company. I grant you that, but you also have to grant me my opinion, which is I think D4 is going to get good. I think it's going to be a game that's going to last for a long time, and I'm willing to wait around and have it fixed. And as far as them robbing me and squeezing every dollar out of me, like I said in the video, they haven't squeezed anything out of me. I purchased a game and I'm playing it, and I will not play it when I don't think it's good. And I'll get back into the game when I feel the correct fixes have been made. So I've made one purchase, and that was the purchase of the game, and that's it. Oh, and the battle pass. So they ain't squeezing anything from me. But at the end of the day, if I choose to spend more money on this game, then that's my choice. I'm a consumer. I can choose what I spend my hard-earned money on, just like you can decide what you want to spend your hard-earned money on. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video informative. I kind of just wanted to open the dialogue up. This isn't calling anybody out. This isn't me raging against people that come in and give negative feedback. Are you kidding me? In order to have a proper discussion, guys, there needs to be two sides to the discussion. And I have no problems with people coming into my comment section and giving me the argument, D4 is horrible, yada, 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 that kind of thing, right? The only thing and the point of this video is, can we please just be, all of us, open-minded, subjective, objective, and open to other people's opinions? There's no right or wrong in this discussion, guys. You are entitled to choose what games you play and what games you don't play, and the same goes for me. So there's no right or wrong in this discussion, I guess, is a good way to end this video. So thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you can find it in your heart to like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Doesn't cost you anything, and it helps supporting my channel. We are growing little by little, even though I'm a small little voice in this internet universe. I'm really amazed at what we've been able to accomplish on this channel. So thank you very much for the support. And if you can find it in your heart to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. We got a nice little community here. Someone's coined it the Caps Waypoint. So we'd love to have you come over to the Caps Waypoint. We're all sitting there waiting for you, and we can continue this dialogue. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Have a good one.